911, what's your emergency? Hi, I just found my fiancée. She's not breathing. I think she's dead. Sir, I need you to stay calm. Is she responsive? Is there blood? No, no blood, but she's cold. She's lying on the floor. Please, I need someone here now. This doesn't make any sense. She wasn't supposed to be home. Tragedy in Lincoln, Nebraska. 27-year-old Sarah Blackwell was found dead in her home early Friday morning. Her fiancé, who made the 911 call, is now considered a person of interest. The community is in shock as police continue their investigation into what they're calling a suspicious death. A quiet motel, a locked room, and a body discovered under chilling circumstances. What happened in room 103, and who really killed Sarah Blackwell? Before we dive into this bone-chilling mystery, make sure to like this video, subscribe to 911 True Crime Vault for the most compelling unsolved cases that refuse to be forgotten. The date was February 10, 2016, a date that would forever be etched in the minds of those who witnessed what lay behind that locked door. On February 9, 2016, at exactly 6:47 p.m., 27-year-old Sarah Blackwell pushed through the glass doors of the Pine Ridge Motel in upstate New York. The establishment was a two-story relic from the 1970s, its neon sign flickering against the darkening sky. Sarah was traveling alone, her hands trembling as she placed crisp $20 bills on the counter. No credit card, no luggage, not even a purse. Just a small black backpack that seemed to weigh heavier than it should. Night clerk Marcus Rivera would later tell police that Sarah's eyes haunted him. Wide, alert, scared, he recalled, like she was running from something. She requested room 13 on the second floor, away from the main entrance. She paid for one night only. "Just tonight," she whispered, her voice barely audible. Security footage shows Sarah climbing the external stairs at 7:02 p.m., glancing over her shoulder twice. At 7:04 p.m., she disappeared behind the door of room 103. She would never be seen alive again. What happened in those final hours remains one of the most perplexing mysteries in modern criminal investigation. The motel's thin walls usually broadcast every sound, but room 13 was silent. At 9:30 p.m., the guest in room 15 heard faint sobbing that lasted 20 minutes, then stopped abruptly. At 11:45 p.m., someone in room 11 heard furniture being moved, a scraping sound followed by a heavy thud. But at 2:52 a.m., the night took its most sinister turn. The hallway security camera captured something investigators still struggle to explain. The fluorescent light above room 143 flickered 3 times, then dimmed. In that dim light, a shadow moved across the door, tall, broad-shouldered, distinctly human. But no person was visible in the frame. The shadow lingered for 17 seconds before disappearing. The light returned to normal. The hallway was empty. At 3:17 a.m. a guest was awakened by a scream, short, sharp, filled with terror. She described it as the sound of someone who knew they were about to die. Minutes later, she heard a man's voice, angry and low, though she couldn't make out the words. Then silence returned. The next morning arrived gray and cold. At 11:00 a.m., housekeeping supervisor Rosa Martinez knocked on room 103. "Housekeeping?" No response. She knocked again. Still nothing. The door was locked. When motel manager George Dalton arrived with the master key, they found the door secured by both the main lock and chain lock from the inside. Dalton had to force the door open, the chain snapping with a metallic crack. The sight that greeted them would haunt both witnesses forever. Sarah Blackwell lay on the floor between the bed and bathroom, her body positioned unnaturally. Her neck bore dark bruises consistent with strangulation, her face pale and contorted in absolute terror. Her eyes were wide open, staring at the ceiling, as if she had seen something impossible. The room was eerily undisturbed. The bed remained made, the bathroom was clean, the windows were not only locked but painted shut. There was no weapon, no sign of forced entry, no indication of struggle except where Sarah's body lay. Detective Lieutenant Rebecca Stone arrived at 12:30 p.m. The crime scene was too clean, too perfect, too impossible. The initial investigation revealed disturbing details. Sarah's phone was missing, never recovered. Her backpack contained only toiletries and a change of clothes, nothing explaining why she was there or who might have wanted her dead. The medical examiner determined Sarah had been strangled with bare hands. The killer needed significant strength and close physical contact for several minutes, yet there was no DNA evidence under her fingernails, no defensive wounds, no indication she had fought her attacker. The toxicology report came back clean. No drugs, no alcohol, nothing that might have incapacitated her. She had been fully conscious when she died. Police investigated Sarah's background, hoping to find explanations. What they discovered only deepened the mystery. Sarah lived a quiet life in Albany, working as a copy editor for a small publishing house. No criminal history, no mental health issues, no known enemies. Colleagues described her as pleasant but private. Most disturbing, Sarah's family and friends had no idea she was traveling anywhere on February 9th. Her supervisor expected her at work the next morning. Her apartment showed no signs of hasty departure. Clothes hung neatly, dishes washed, bed made. It was as if Sarah Blackwell had simply vanished from her normal life for 12 hours, only to surface at the Pine Ridge Motel where she would meet her death. The investigation became an exercise in frustration. Every lead evaporated upon examination. The mysterious shadow at 2:52 a.m. remained unexplained. Technical experts found no tampering in the footage. The shadow was real, but no corresponding person appeared. Fingerprint analysis revealed only Sarah's prints and those of housekeeping staff. Everything had been wiped clean or showed no signs of an intruder. The strangest detail, Sarah had signed in as S. Blackwell, but handwriting analysis revealed the signature was written under extreme stress, with shaky strokes suggesting fear or physical duress. Various theories emerged. Some believed she was lured by someone she knew. Others suspected a stalker. A few theorized she was killed elsewhere and transported to room 13, though evidence didn't support this. The most disturbing theory came from paranormal investigators claiming the motel was built on violent ground, suggesting supernatural forces were involved, pointing to the unexplained shadow and locked room circumstances. Despite extensive investigation, interviewing dozens of witnesses and following hundreds of tips, police never identified a suspect. The case remains open, filed away, but no closer to resolution. To this day, Sarah Blackwell's murder remains one of New York State's most baffling unsolved cases. Room 103 has been sealed since the investigation concluded, and the motel closed permanently in 2019. Local residents claim the building is haunted, that Sarah's spirit still wanders the second-floor hallway. Her family continues to believe someone knows exactly what happened in room 103 on that cold February night. They maintain her killer is still walking free, carrying the secret of how they committed the perfect crime in a locked room. The truth about Sarah Blackwell's final hours remains hidden, waiting for someone brave enough to unlock the mystery of room 103. This is 911 True Crime Vault. One call at a time, we dig deeper into the cases that refuse to be forgotten. If you're fascinated by unsolved mysteries like Sarah's case, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss an episode, because we're committed to bringing you the most compelling true crime stories that continue to baffle investigators. Hit subscribe now, share this video with fellow true crime enthusiasts, because the truth never stays buried forever, and Sarah Blackwell deserves justice.